This message comes from Michelin. More than a tire company, Michelin is an innovation company, now taking on space, developing an airless wheel for space exploration. Motion for life. More at michelinman.com/y-michelin/innovation.
Hey everyone, you're listening to Code Switch. I'm B.A. Parker. Now, earlier this week, we heard from some immigrant mothers who are trying to figure out how to navigate life under an administration that has taken a very hard line on immigration.
Si nosotros vamos a un lado, por ejemplo, un acuario, piscinas o hoteles, pues está mucha inmigración, nos van a deportar a nosotros.
And today, we're bringing you the second part of that episode from NPR immigration reporter Jasmine Garsd. Jasmine spoke to families about the different choices they're making to deal with the looming threat in their lives. And she heard from some people who have realized that if they wind up having to leave the United States, they need a plan for their children. Some of those families will bring their kids with them if they are deported. Others have made different plans. By arranging for their children to stay in the United States, living with someone who will temporarily take over some of the responsibilities of parenting. It's a system called emergency guardianship. Today on the show, we bring you the final piece of Jasmine's reporting, where she talks to two families about what emergency guardianship looks like for them. Okay, Jasmine, can you talk to us about what emergency guardianship looks like? I mean, to me, it seems like an impossible place to be in. Like you're caught between wanting to be with your kids and wanting what's best for your kids, but also knowing that you might have to leave them behind if you're targeted by immigration enforcement, you know?
Yeah, it's a rock and a hard place for many, many families. You know, the parents I spoke to who did this process of giving someone else emergency guardianship power told me it did make them feel some sort of security, like a sense of control in a world that they feel has gone out of control. And they also told me it felt like, okay, like some of my neighbors really are watching out for me. The way one parent said it to me was, I'm not happy, but I'm relieved. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It's not great, but that's one less thing to worry about if there is something to worry about.
Yeah, and a lot of parents describe that sense of like, my community does care about me, or my friend, my neighbor cares about me. So at the end of the summer, I was working on a totally separate story in Washington, D.C., and I met a woman who confided in me that she had gotten that call, that she had signed on to be an emergency guardian. I went to her home, this very lovely house in an upper middle class D.C. neighborhood. She says the phone rang one day, and it was her son's best friend's father. She tells me the story. She offers me some freshly baked cookies, some milk.
Would you like oat milk or milk? Milk. Okay.
Oh, this is like an American woman. Okay.
Yes, it was very like a different world. She was extremely sweet and hospitable. She asked that we not use her name. I mean, she is American. She's an American citizen, but she wants to protect the man who called her that day, her son's best friend's father. He's Honduran. So is his wife. They're undocumented. They've been in the U.S. for some 25 years. And they spent the last month or so hiding in their homes.
So nosotros ni estamos ni trabajando.
We're not even going to work right now, he says. There's been a heavy ICE presence in D.C. for the last month or so. You might have seen some of the videos, arrests throughout the city, delivery workers being arrested. And the Honduran father says there are literally checkpoints on both sides of his street.
Está como circulado, ¿me entiendes?
Our neighborhood is surrounded, he says, and you might get past a checkpoint once, but twice? So the only person who goes in and out of that house is their 17-year-old son, who's their only child. He was born in the US. He's a citizen. He goes to high school every morning. His parents stay behind, just hunkering down. And they recently sat down with him and asked, if we get deported, what do you want to do?
Y él dijo que, bueno, yo no conozco Honduras, yo no conozco, nunca he ido.
Well, and he responded, I don't know Honduras. I've never been. And then he mentions his best friend, the one who the family has known since the boys were in pre-K together. We need to ask them for help, he said. So they called the American mom, the one I'm sitting with, having cookies and milk. And when the families met, the Honduran dad laid it out super clearly. We could get detained any minute now. And if we do, I want to ask you if you would be the temporary guardian of our son.
No se sientan presionados. Entendemos perfectamente que quizás ustedes no se sientan en la capacidad porque es un compromiso.
Don't feel pressured, he told them. We understand this is an enormous request. We are putting our son's life in your hands. He is 17. He needs to finish high school. We want him to go to college. He will need guidance.
You know, my husband and I just looked at each other and we were like, yes, of course, right? Like not a question, not a moment's hesitation. It's not something we entered into lightly. We love them. I find myself seeing people on the street laughing and having fun and asking myself, like, how is that even possible? Just as an American, I am deeply sad and sorry that this is a conversation that we even need to have. And yet, I really do hold out hope for the possibility that in the long run, it does serve to bring people closer together if we let it.
But is this happening more and more? How common is this kind of arrangement?
I am hearing a lot about this. I mean, it's not clear how many families have arranged this because people aren't going public with it.
Yeah, fair.
But I've been hearing a lot about it, and I've been hearing a lot about it from families, and I've been hearing a lot about it from lawyers. Lawyers I spoke to say they've seen an increase in recent months. I spoke to Ginger Miranda. She's president of the Central Florida Hispanic Bar Association.
What we're advising is, to be prepared.
And lately, what they've been doing is they've been holding a lot of emergency guardianship and power of attorney classes across the state. And what they recommend is that people do not make verbal or informal kind of handshake agreements. Make concrete plans through a lawyer, they say.
Like having it all legally sorted out.
Yeah, she described it almost like a will. Like, this is something you don't want to think could happen, but it could. So have the paperwork drawn out. Don't go and tell your cousin, hey, take the kids.
It's a smart precaution.
Yeah, there's a reality, which attorney Ginger Miranda says, which is if you do not prepare, the consequences can be really serious.
Remember, if a parent is detained, those children are left vulnerable. Sometimes they're left at school. No one's there to pick them up. And without the proper legal documents in place, the children could end up in foster care.
Which is exactly the scenario this Honduran family is afraid of. Their son ending up in foster care. So they all went and signed the paperwork to give the U.S. citizen family emergency guardianship. The American mom says she has told nobody. She does not want to put the Honduran parents at risk.
My mom does not know. My husband's mother does not know.
Instead, they tried to keep the mood in the house light.
We try to keep it a little lighter around the dinner table and watch amusing and really sweet television like The Great British Baking Show.
Did you get to speak to the Honduran mother?
I wanted to. I really wanted to, and she just couldn't. Her husband apologized for her. He explained very graciously that she didn't want to be rude. This broke her.
Le duele el pecho, le duele la cabeza. De la nada. Es horrible para ella porque
She has chest
de
pains,
cierta forma,
headaches. She isn't doing well.
¿verdad? No es que estamos...
Me, the father says, I always knew this time would come. And I ask what he meant.
Que no es para nadie, este país es para los americanos, para los blancos.
And he said, this country is for no one. It's for Americans, the white ones. He says he's grateful beyond words to the American family for their help. If it comes to it, his son will be safe. And yet...
Dejar un hijo abandonado en otro país no es la idea.
Do you really think this is what we wanted? He says. To abandon our child in another country? Do you think this was the plan? Who would want this? He says. Nobody.
And that's our show. You can follow us on Instagram at NPR Code Switch. If email is more your thing, ours is codeswitch@npr.org. And subscribe to the podcast on the NPR app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can also subscribe to the Code Switch newsletter by going to npr.org/Code Switch newsletter. And just a reminder that signing up for Code Switch Plus is a great way to support our show and public media. And you'll get to listen to every episode sponsor-free. So please go find out more at plus.npr.org/codeswitch.
This episode was produced by Javier Lopez. It was edited by Leah Danella. Our engineer was Kwesi Lee. And a very special thanks to Courtney Stein.
And a big shout out to the rest of the Code Switch Massive: Christina Kala, Jess Kung, Dahlia Mortada, Vreeland Williams, and Jean Demby. I'm B.A. Parker.
I'm Jasmine Garsd.
Hydrate.
Cuídense mucho, chicos.
This message comes from Schwab. At Schwab, how you invest is your choice, not theirs. That's why when it comes to managing your wealth, Schwab gives you more choices. You can invest and trade on your own. Plus, get advice and more comprehensive wealth solutions to help meet your unique needs. With award-winning service, low costs, and transparent advice, you can manage your wealth your way at Schwab. Visit schwab.com to learn more. This message comes from Mattress Firm. Tired of losing sleep? Mattress Firm sleep experts can match you with a Tempur-Pedic mattress built to absorb motion. Shop the Black Friday sale and save up to $500 on select Tempur-Pedic sets. Restrictions apply. This message comes from Solidigm. Yesterday's approach to storage can't meet the demands of today's AI ambitions. Bigger, faster, and more energy efficient, Solidigm solid-state storage solutions are optimized for AI. Learn more at storageforai.com.